What's up, mortals? It's Dante, and today we don't have a new chapter. Why? Because we are on break, and we'll be on break again because it is Golden Week, but do not worry. I became prepared and decided to do this little video of what's going to happen in the next few chapters and possibly to the end of the arc. Yep, we're doing a prediction video today, using logic and possible know-how of how 𝐬𝐽𝐽 is thinking, ranging from most likely to possibly. You never know what's going to happen in these stories, but hey, this is why we do these theories, for the fun of it. What do you think is going to happen in this arc? Let me know in the comments, but first let's go into number 1. Gawain versus Balin. When we left off in the previous chapter, Gawain had buffed up and she was ready to take on her opponent with full force. Balin, I'm sorry, I love doing that joke with this guy. Anyway, Balin was proving himself to be very versatile against almost all of Gawain's attacks. No matter the spell, he always bounced back and was ready to strike back. So Gawain buffed up and we have no idea what her plan is now. She couldn't fight smarter, so now she's gonna fight harder. Here's my theory as for what she's going to do. Balin is only because of his magic. Remember, everything that's going on isn't because he trained in purgatory like Bond did. No, it's magic. Everything he's doing is just his power. So this got me thinking, how long can he keep it up? Is it always on? Is there a limit? Think of a mage sort of like a phone, and the magic source is the battery. If all of Balin's source is based on a battery, then Gawain just simply needs to run him dry. Make him cast enough spells and use it too often and he'll eventually run out. He'll lose his invisibility and thus Gawain can finish it off with just one finger. She might be doing a divine Spear of Escanor style attack against Balin as the finisher. I mean, one finger, spear, come on. Gawain has basically proved that she has sunshine. Of course she's going to do something that's Escanor related. That's how I think Gawain is going to fight. She's fighting a bit smarter and harder now. So now let's get into theory 2. Tying into Gawain, we're going to have to tie this into Bellatrip, the Green Knight. Bellatrip has been growing suspicious of the gang ever since they arrived, feeling that something is off, but he can't quite put his finger on it. And now, with Gawain revealing her power, buffing up via the power of the sun, this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Bellatrip is no doubt going to know this and figure something is wrong. Whatever Gawain used, those spell charms, they might end up failing because now Bellatrip is going to have to do this himself. Why? A reminder. Bellatrip is secretly Daemon. Who is Daemon? Daemon is the older brother of the one, Escanor, who we thought was long dead, but turns out he was in Camelot earning his spot as one of the 4 evils, fathering a daughter named 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿, maybe, we don't know her real name yet, and gave up the whole happy life for more power just so his daughter could have a happy life. Yeah, that kind of backfired. His memories of Escanor and his family have been sealed away by chaos, but this could do something horrible to Bellatrip. It could awaken something, maybe even make him go berserk. Either way, he's gonna have to act against Gawain. Maybe in a one-on-one fight or pull her off to the side and just talk? I don't know, but something is definitely going to be happening. His old wound is acting up, and the secret might be out of the bag for Percival and his friends. Are we gonna talk about Percival next? No, you silly Billy. We're actually gonna be talking about Tristan Leonis. I am calling him that. I am tired of Tantris. It is dumb, boring, and now it's being very overused. I am sick of it. And my feelings are justified because up next, the theory is with Tristan is that he's finally going to get his memories back. He has been Tantris for almost a year now. Almost. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of this crap. But what we've seen, the hold that 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫 has on Tristan is wearing thin. Whatever she's doing to the poor boy is starting to fail. Whenever he used his demon-marked magic, it weakened 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫 because she exhausted all of her magic just to keep him at bay. Why? Who knows? So this does actually bring up a good question that I've been thinking. How is he going to unlock his memories? I've had two theories, but here's my first one. A reminder, 𝐸𝐻 is actually in the arena. He's under the disguise of 𝐻𝐵𝐷𝐿. 𝐸𝐻's magic has to deal with memories. He might have been able to erase memories easily before, but at this point in time, I'd like to think that maybe 𝐸𝐻 has advanced his magic to the point that possibly, if, maybe, he could help people regain memories. We've seen this before. The original demon mage 𝐸𝐻 actually used this trick on Diane during that whole weird body swap time travel arc. Why can't this 𝐸𝐻, doll 𝐸𝐻, use the same technique? Just shoot Tristan in the head with a light arrow and then boom, you got yourself your memories back. You're no longer the Tantress nobody, you are Prince Tristan Leonis, son of Meliodas and Elizabeth. And guess what? You've been protecting the wrong 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞. Speaking of 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞, it was kind of hinted at in one of the previous chapters by Pelio that love might break the spell. So, in a bit of a corny move, I predict that the real 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 is going to do some sort of act of love, perhaps even a kiss that will break the memory spell and hold of the Wicked Witch and free the prince, reminding him of his true love. It sounds corny, it sounds stupid, but hey, this is an action shonen manga. Romance isn't exactly the high priority, and hey, we're just here for the fun of it. That's how I think Tristan is going to come back. Either way, or maybe both. Who knows? Tristan and 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞 are going to be the last round in this set of battles. We've seen Percival versus Dubs, we've seen 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻 versus Diodora, and we are seeing Gawain versus Balin. The winners are going to be decided, and thus we're going to be reaching the pre-finals, which leads us to the next event, Percival versus Diodora, the battle of brothers, hope versus despair. The fight between these two has been built up for a while now, ever since we found out that Diodora came in for a wish, which was no doubt to help save Ironside from whatever has been inflicting him. And given the history between these two, i.e. Percival's body was supposed to be Diodora's new one because of some sort of a spirit swap thing, the two have been sort of connected. It's thought that Percival and Diodora were gonna team up against Arthur to save Ironside. But in a couple of chapters after all the fighting was done, Diodora really got messed up. And let's just say after Anne was almost killed because of rots, thinking that Diodora ordered it, and then 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻's essentially being assassinated, Percival is done trying to play nice. He is not going to hold back against Diodora. But the question is, how is Percival going to win? He's the main protagonist. Of course he's going to win. But Diodora's magic is scary. Despair. Whatever attacks are inflicted upon Diodora with malice is reflected right back at the attacker. And if Diodora kills you, he will get your powers, like he did with Ross and Turret. So now, on top of all that, this kid can open up a portal to Purgatory, is immune to the effects of that realm, and can control the creatures, just like his old friend brothers who actually hated him. Eesh. Regardless, these two are going to be up to fight, but how's Percival exactly going to win? He is going full rage mode at this point. Any attack that happens to Diodora is just going to be reflected back at Percival. So we can't do that whole, aura of death move that he did on Gareth a while back, because that might be reflected on him, or rather his mortal body. It's very confusing. So I'm curious as to what Percival is going to do in order to win. Something does tell me though that with Bellatrip trying to discover Gawain's identity, and the fact that, a while back some royal knights were trying to escort doves back to King Arthur himself, something tells me that this fight might get interrupted, which leads us to the final theory of what's going to happen. Arthur or the other four evils arrive. Reminder, there's a squad of knights heading to King Arthur, still thinking that they have been escorting Dubs to the royal palace. Arthur, who is the bad guy, might know that this is a trick by Gowther, so he's going to be on alert to figure out that a 7 deadly sin is in Camelot. Not only that, but also, Dubs, the legendary craftsman himself, is also in Camelot. And maybe after a little bit of question asking and possible executions, he is going to have to attend to this himself. Or maybe he's going to send 𝐼𝐮𝐸 and Pelgard. These two have been turbocharged by chaos, and after seeing what happened with Warlin Dane and possibly what's going to happen with Bellatrip, what power he might have, seeing 𝐼𝐮𝐸 and Pelgard turbocharged by chaos is definitely going to be something fantastical. These two were able to give the 4 knights pre-time skip a run for their money. They were strong, they were deadly. They weren't 7 deadly sins material as we saw in the time skip when 𝐼𝐮𝐸 faced against Ban, but after what we've seen with Warlin Dane against King and Diane, and Bellatrip against Gowther, these two might have a wicked power up in mind. So following the tournament pattern, someone is going to be coming here and finding out, oh hey, you're here, you're under arrest. And then we're going to get more fights, but this time with much stronger enemies. Just to show that the enemy is definitely getting stronger and the current 4 knights are probably not on that level yet. And maybe there might be a death, I'm not going to say who, but expect this arc to end in a big way. There are still more arcs to come in this series. The question is now, how is this one going to end? This has been Dante from the Anime Underworld. If you love 7 Deadly Sins material, subscribe for the channel. We'll be out with another video next week. But also check out the channel for more material if you like it. This has been Dante. I'll see you mortals later.